this week it's been Driver Appreciation Week, and here at Walmart, we have definitely been appreciated, no doubt. I mean, I thought it was worth mentioning. I after working here going on 19 years, I forget that a lot of companies out there they don't do anything for Driver Appreciation Week. Matter of fact, a lot of drivers don't even know there is such a thing. and well, Walmart's pretty good to us. I there's been complaints in the past that they don't do near as much as they used to, and we had so much, and how terrible it is now, and it's pretty good here. I'm sure people would like to know. I'm out here in California, out of Red Bluff, California, and so I drive all through the West here, and so I came to work Monday morning, and we had what's called fall training, and so that's like about 5 hours worth of training where we sit in a meeting. They tell us all the accidents that we've had, what we need to work on, show us a bunch of videos and whatever, and we do a lot of talking. So showed up there, started out with these huge croissant sandwiches. Um, they had and fruit and different things also, but they had bacon croissants, ham croissants, sausage croissants. The break room before I even walked in was loaded with all kinds of candy and pastries and all this stuff, different things to drink, and just had a whole thing going on. They were outside barbecuing. Were they barbecuing on that day? No, they had a like a catering truck, some local. Uh, Unhealthy food, pretty much. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And which I've said it in the past. It's like, well, you want to promote health. Why you guys feed us like this? But it is what it is. I mean, you could just get nothing or a kick in the butt. But they had like a catering truck out there, like the taco truck, and they were like, "Hey, you want some tickets to get some food from the taco truck?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, I can barely walk out of here. I've already eaten so much. Oh yeah, my diet went to hell too. I had big plans that I was going to stick mostly with liquid. If I eat, it was going to be really light. Yeah, I forgot it was Driver Appreciation Week because it didn't end there. So they gave me a load after that, about 5 hour class. Gave me a load up to Hermiston, Oregon. For those of you that are on the East Coast, that is basically 536 miles from Red Bluff up to Hermiston. So I got up there the next morning because I'd already blown half a day off in the class. Showed up there in the morning, and they're out at the little barbecue shack outside. And as I'm walking by, they're like, "Hey, you want a breakfast burrito?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I go in, and they got uh, oh, in Porterville, I'm sure they did have some down there. Yeah, they had all kinds of stuff, bagels, fruits, and all these drinks, and bacon and eggs and hash browns and you name it. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take a breakfast burrito. Yeah, I should have kept an eye on this gal because I turned my head and I looked back, and she's over there on the griddle, griddling all this stuff up because it's made to order. This isn't, cheap microwave stuff. I look over and she's filling up this burrito, and I wish I had a picture of it. It's bigger than my arm. I mean, this thing, it wouldn't even fit on the plate. And I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do with that? Guess I'm eating it. I ate it. As I walked out, I grabbed bananas and oranges and a bagel and you name it. And so I leave, I go and do a load, do all this stuff, come back. Then I have a big old double cheeseburger, with all the fixings and everything on it. I go inside the break room. It's loaded up with candy and drinks and all this stuff. So then I head over the hill. Actually, where'd I go? I went up almost to the Canadian border. I always forget the name of that store. Cheeland? I think it's Cheeland, Washington. I mean, it's still pretty south of the border, but I mean, it's up there in Washington, northern Washington. And went to that store. Then I went over and got a backhaul, and then all the way down to Red Bluff. Um, Uncle Vernon. What? The Death Eaters, where you are, right? Um, well, anyway, no. So I went all the way back down to Red Bluff, and we're doing the truck rodeo, right? And they're out there barbecuing. So we're back to another double cheeseburger, all the fixins. Um, they're trying to give away all the cookies for because they said that they were older ones and they had fresh ones in. So I walk away with like literally a plate full of cookies. I mean, it's pretty crazy. A lot of food. They gave us this hat during the fall training. It's not a bad hat. I've never liked these hats with the like the leather patch on it, but you know what? I kind of like this hat. It's not a bad hat. A little bit loose on me, but hey, you know what? Free hat. What the hell? They gave us a flashlight. I have it here somewhere, but I have to give it back because they said they gave me a call and they go, "Do you still have that flashlight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why? I only got one." And they go, "It's not that. You need to bring it back." Why? Because it's got a recall on it. You didn't plug it in, did you? And I'm like, "No." Okay, good. Don't plug it in or anything. Just bring it back. So apparently they're going to give us some other flashlights. I don't know, but that was kind of funny. But I mean, Walmart's not bad. I mean, that's pretty cool. Every day you go into a DC, you're going to get fed. Fresh cooking, something they're cooking. You're going to get candy. You're going to get whatever, drinks. This kind of thing happens anyway. Not every. It used to be. It happened all the time. But nowadays, I mean, it happens occasionally for like safety cookout and a couple other reasons. But every day you go in, you can eat. Pretty much, if you eat out a lot, you're going to save a lot of money on Driver Appreciation Week. I know some of the stores give out like bags and different things. I didn't do a lot of store loads this week, so I didn't get a chance to see that. But in the past, I've had that where they'll give me a big old bag of like different candies or little things like little wet naps or you know whatever, just little things you can use in the truck, a ballpoint pen. If you guys flashlights started smoking, really, I'm glad I didn't plug that in. It's funny because it made me a little nervous because I looked at it and it's a lot like the flashlight I have here, except for it's like chrome or something. I don't know, but I seen the battery that went in it, and it's the same one that goes in here, and I've never had a problem with this. So I thought, oh man, I hope that's a different brand. But whatever, it's cool. Didn't blow up on me, so. Um, what's that? Y'all, there's 13 people, 3 likes. Right on. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, I mean, I haven't been at a regular trucking job in going on 19 years. So I don't know what it's like out there nowadays, like what you guys are getting, if any of you are watching. I don't ever remember any of this stuff before I came to Walmart. Every job I had, there was no driver appreciation week. They didn't cook food. They didn't do nothing. Nothing, 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 ever. And I worked at quite a few places before Walmart. So I don't know if this is, if it's been happening at other carriers out there, but it happens at Walmart. And without fail, they've hit it every year with everything I'm talking about. Um, oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, hit the like button. I appreciate you guys watching. But yeah, no, Walmart's good to us. They're real good to us. I know a lot of our drivers get real spoiled, and you know, um, there's some of them maybe like, well, they weren't barbecuing steaks; they were just hamburgers. It's like, so what? you know, I'm cool with the hamburgers and hot dogs. It's cool. We've had better in the past, but that's the past. This is where we're at now. But for any of you guys that thought about coming to Walmart, I mean, hey, it ain't a bad thing. They treat you pretty good. Everybody's really nice to me in the office, and they always have been. And When Driver Appreciation Week comes up, it just kind of gives it that extra, a little extra frosting on the cake. And I feel like it is appreciation, and I appreciate it. Um, we're doing the truck driver rodeo. Apparently, every 10 guys that we get to do the course out there in the lot, we'll be able to send one guy to the next rodeo up. Um, the state finals or whatever. I don't know. I haven't kept up on it. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. Do a little run around that. I have no interest in competing or anything, but I'll help them with their numbers. CR England, so you get a barbecue. Right on, that's cool. Yeah, actually, I have a friend of mine, Dave. He works out of the Shafter Walmart grocery DC. He works for CR England, and he likes it. I mean, he does pretty good. I don't know too much about it, but um, he's been there for a long time, so I guess they couldn't be that bad. Although I've heard other people get really upset about over the pay and that kind of thing. Uh, so do you work out of? You say you deliver to the Walmart. Are you out of the Shafter yard down there in Shafter, California, or um, Ian? Just Ian. So I'm gonna call you Ian. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I heard rumors that we were going to. We were no Bell Garden, California. Oh, okay. I heard rumors that we were going to have Walmart drivers take that over, but nothing's happened, so I don't know. I have never been, I've only been outside of that place. I've never gone into it. I was in my personal vehicle down there visiting my buddy Dave, and I've never been in that DC, that grocery DC, so kind of curious. Intermodel. Oh, okay, cool. Right on. So yeah, Driver Appreciation Week. That was the other thing I forgot. We had, I guess, Walmart employees barbecuing at the DOT scales, I believe, in a couple different places. I think the one in Truckee, and then that one over there, like you're going to Salinas, whatever the name of that is. And then there was another scale somewhere where basically you can stop in at the DOT scales and get barbecue there too. Generally, I never do because I figure I don't want to be hanging out at the DOT scale. But they do it. I've seen them doing it. I've drove through the scale and seen them out there barbecuing. So that's pretty cool. Not everybody can make it back to the DC. The way it works at Walmart, at least at our DC, you can end up leaving Red Bluff and then you don't see Red Bluff all week long. And that's pretty much what happened this week. I mean, tomorrow's my Friday, so I got in a day early, but overall, I leave and I don't come back until the week's done, and then I'm back in on the last day. And so the only DC I seen was Hermiston, and after that, it was just running to stores and backhauls and stuff. Waiting on the Cheyenne Walmart DC on the next step on my hiring. Long time ago, I went out and did a run at that Cheyenne grocery DC. We're talking years ago. I don't remember really anything about it. It's been so many years ago. We're talking, geez, I don't even know what year. 08, could have been 2010. I don't know. Um, yeah, I went out there. They were gonna have me do. We normally never go that far, like ever. A cop? No, I'm not a cop. I'm a Walmart driver. We wear a uniform. We're professional. Um, I was gonna go out to Nebraska, and we have runs that go out there with like birdseed or something, and then they canceled it at the last second, and I ended up having to go to that DC there in Cheyenne, and I have no idea what I even did there. It's so long ago, I have no recollection, but seemed like a nice place, and I remember that feeling like it wasn't too bad, so probably a good place. Although I don't know if I'd want to be out there in the winter, because I remember going through Laramie and Cheyenne in the winter, and Yeah, that's total hell there, man. Got those 80 mile an hour winds, snow, completely just blinding snow. I would not like living out there. That would just suck. But you guys are probably used to it. What's up, Richard? Thanks. Appreciate it. I need to quit trimming it. I used to have it where it went down on both sides, but it got really itchy, so I just trimmed it up there a little bit. Hey, what's going on there, Roman? Hey, Juris? Juris. I'm not good with names. What's up, man? Anyway, so yeah, it's been a good week. Last week I worked my days off. I landed up driving a 2026 truck. Normally my truck is a 2024, and it was my days off, so they had to give me a different truck because my partner was driving ours, and they're no different really. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. The coolest thing though about the 26s is that we have that airbag thing where you can overinflate the airbags. Now that's a pretty slick feature. No more fighting the landing gear or any of that, or let's say you back into a vendor and you're going to do a drop and hook, and there's like this much space between the trailers. Now you can pull in there, hook it up, and just drive out, without dragging the landing gear. Pretty good little feature, but other than that, I couldn't see any other differences. So then I came to work on Monday, and the truck had a bad injector or something, and they said, oh, the parts wouldn't come till later that afternoon. So I was like, screw that, I'll just see if they have another truck for me. So I went in and talked to them, and they go, yeah, no problem. And they put me in another 2026 truck. 5 days on, 5 days off. Love your schedule. Thanks. Yeah, I do too. I love the schedule. I work extra a lot usually now and then up to like Thanksgiving because I try to make sure my drop dead minimum is I want to make $100,000 a year, and I don't care if I make over it. I just don't want to make under it. And with the 5 on 5 off schedule, I've been here a lot of years, so I got a higher pay scale. But generally, I got to work days off. Not a lot, but probably at least a dozen times through the year to be able to accomplish that. Um, so I think I've worked a couple of times now. I haven't had to work as much because of the driver referral program. I've gotten quite a few referrals, and so I've been spending a lot of time at home instead of going to work. Um, I love this job. I love coming here. I love doing it. It's been awesome. I mean, it just blows my mind when these people like get on here and talk about how horrible and terrible it is at Walmart and how there's so much better jobs. And I'm like, what are these people talking about? This job is freaking awesome. But after driving for like 24 years, I've been here 19 of them. I'm a little tired of driving, so I don't need to make 140, $150,000 a year because that's about what I would make just straight working if I was to work full time. But I don't need that. I mean, sure, I could spend it. I mean, I can always use some extra money, but I got a whole family at home. I have no problem giving that up and just working the 5 on 5 off. The way I figure it, if you can't live on $100,000 a year, yeah, you ain't doing it right. You're screwing up somehow or another. I mean, unless you live in some really expensive place, which we don't. Yeah, we live in California, but we live way out in the boonies in the mountains, and we do all right. We do just fine. So, best job ever. Only job I can take my dad or wife or sugar baby with me. Now, wait a minute. Take your dad or wife or sugar baby? I hope you're talking about your daughter or somebody. Because your wife's going to be pissed if she reads that. I know what you mean. Yeah, same here. Well, I've had jobs in the past where I can take my family members, but before this, I mean, I was driving out to Wisconsin, down to Florida, out to LA, and then back up. So most of my family didn't want to go because they were like, ew, I'll be gone for weeks. You know, it's like, so? They didn't want to do that. Walmart's perfect because they could just go out for 5 days, 5 days, 4 nights. And it's just enough to where when they're done, they're like, okay, that was fun. I'm not going to do it anymore. But, we're used to driving in the truck. Anyway, do a lot of truckers carry a firearm? Yeah, a lot of them do. I think most of them do. I don't think any Walmart driver. Well, I'm sure there's some Walmart drivers that probably do, but we're not supposed to. I don't carry. Um, Before Walmart, I always did, but once I came here, they were like, "No, we don't want anybody carrying firearms in the vehicle," so I never did. And I don't really need to. I mean, most of the time, I stay at Walmart's. You know, Depending on where it's at. Generally, I'm pretty safe. Um, our delivery spots are Walmart's. Before I came to Walmart, there was a lot of delivery places I went to before Walmart that were like super sketch. Like, yeah, you definitely need a firearm. um, but I don't have to deal with that anymore. Working here, nothing's 100% safe, but I mean, I've kept track of all the drivers, in our area and on the Facebook group. We don't get a lot of drivers getting beat up or killed or nothing. So, I mean, we got a pretty safe route. Although those guys out in the east, they probably, Chicago and all that, I would imagine that's pretty rough. But overall, I don't think we need a firearm. Um, Thanks, Yoda. He just subscribed. Nice. Man, did I miss a big old comment here? Uh, Cops and trucks are the worst. Side chicks. Oh my god. Happen to be an attorney. Wife already knows I'm crazy. She doesn't want me to be a trucker. It sounds like she's pretty wise. So is my wife, but in her words that she told me last week, what'd she say? It doesn't matter what I say because you do what you want anyway. You always have. And then I thought about it for a minute and I thought, she's right. Pretty much do whatever I want anyway. So, you know why I know that? Because my girls, I got a 5-year old, a 13-year-old, and a 19-year-old, and I see it in them. That's when I realized basically what I look like or what I say when I realized, oh, these girls do what they want. And my wife again had told me, well, they took after their dad. But that's okay as long as you're not hurting anybody. Let's see here. You played in that one movie. Maybe, I don't know. No, I don't know. Um, if I was in the movies, I probably wouldn't stick with the script and I'd try to ad lib. And that was a thing back in the old days, so I don't think they'd put up with it. I've been out of trucking for a year, moved across country, a little nervous about getting lost. What GPS do you like? I don't use a GPS. I mean, we have a GPS in the truck. It's called Copilot, and it sucks to high heaven. That thing will send you through the neighborhood across grandma's lawn if you follow it, and I don't follow it. It's not a good thing. But beyond that, I don't use GPS. I first started driving back in 2002, and I had a map book, and I drove all over the United States just using a map book, and then when I came to Walmart, they've had different GPS type things, but I mean, within the first few years, I'd already been everywhere, so I don't really need one anymore. I, you know, it's super rare for me to go to a place I've never been to before, at least half a dozen times or more. So I don't really use them. I mean, I got a lot of friends that say they like the Garmin. Um, I forget which one, that little 10-inch one or whatever, but yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start on those things. Um, just read the signs. Look out in front of you. You see downtown coming, start turning. You don't want to get caught in the tall buildings. uh, I know. Copilot, I can't even believe the thing we had before Copilot. I forgot the name of it now, but I was fine with that. It didn't bother me. But this thing, yeah, it's irritative. I mean, perfect example. Like normally, if there's any little thing going on, it'll like pop this thing up on the screen that says, "Oh, rerouting an accident or whatever," and you're like, "No, I don't want that," and you push no or okay or exit out. It does it anyway. Well, then today I was on my way down I-5, going through Grants Pass, and we had a message on the Qualcomm or whatever on the thing here that said road southbound 5 is completely closed down. You need to take the exit 58 and take the 99 down Rogue River. Fine, I already know where to go. Um, and then this thing here didn't say a word. It just like, nah, we're good. Keep going. Yeah, if I'd have listened to that, I would have been in some major backup probably, like still sitting there now. But the funny part of it is that I took the exit and it takes you to downtown Grants Pass. There was three trucks, me, another Walmart driver, and some kind of a log. It wasn't a log truck. It was, I don't know what the hell it was, some kind of weird truck. And he belonged there because he pulled into his yard there. And it was just me and the Walmart driver that I could see out in front of him. And I look in my mirrors all the way back. I don't see anybody. And I'm like, what did everybody do? Just go and park and wait? Oh, hell no. I'm not a sitter, I'm a trucker. And we took 99 all the way down, and it worked out just fine. And they didn't open that up for another, let's see, about 2.5 hours, I think. So anybody that was sitting there, yeah, 2.5 hours, you done ruined your day. Oh, hell no. If there's a way around it, I'm taking it. I'll find it. I'll figure it out. Anyway, uh, cool job. No politics. Navigo, yeah, it was Navigo. I didn't have a problem with Navigo. I just don't. They were like, well, it was the end of life, is what they kept telling me. It's an end of life, and I'm like, its life was just fine. It wasn't doing anything wrong. And oh no, Copilot, you can type all this stuff in, and you can stack up all your stops, and it's going to tell you where you can lay over, and it's going to, and it's like, that sounds grand, but how much headache is that going to be? Yeah, a lot. When you type stuff in, you can't type anything while you're driving or any of that, which probably is a good thing. Um, if you go off, like if you stop the route while you're driving, you have to stop to get it going again. Like if you kill the app, or I don't know if you kill the app, but if you like clear the route, and like I said, it will. Like I went up, what was it, like 2 months ago? I went up to a place there in Portland. Um, what the hell is the name of that? Jubit's truck stop, right where that's at. Well, we pick up at some places down that way, and I went down that way, and on my way back, I can't remember, but oh, right. I wanted to go to Jubit's to use the scale, and I couldn't stop and type in Jubit's or any of that, but I knew where it was. So I drove to Jubit's, and then when I weighed the truck, and then I was going to go ahead and leave and go southbound on the 5, and I'm like heading out, and it's telling me to go God knows where, right? And so I expanded it on the 2D, and I'm looking, and this thing's got me out there doing U-turns, like circling around out in the like the industrial area, and then it comes back to Jubit's, and I'm like, why? You just freaking turn right here and go right down there and get on the freaking freeway. Why? And somebody that hasn't drove truck, they wouldn't have known. They would have taken that and they would have been circling around and around and around out here in BFE when they could have just friggin' made one turn and went down to the damn exit and got on the freeway. So I just, I don't know. I don't know why it, and maybe it has happened. I can't believe that it hasn't landed up that somebody has like went under a low bridge or hit power lines or something because they followed this stupid thing. But whatever, it's their thing. I'll use it. It's fine. But a lot of times I don't pay attention to it. I mean, I'm not joking. I just look out, look past the end of your hood, and a lot of times you can see a Walmart sign way the hell out there, or you can see like the freeway or something. I know it sounds crazy, but it really is the smartest thing to do is, you know, survey your area. You can see when you're going into a residential area or if you're going into an industrial or something like that. I mean, it's wise because you never know what's going to happen. You could come around a corner and they can have the road blocked because there's police activity or an accident. And then you get to make a right turn off into who knows where. What are you going to do then? Rely on this thing? Yeah, don't do it. Let's see. What is Walmart giving you guys for Trucker Appreciation Week? That's what I was talking about in the beginning. Mostly food. Food has been the big thing. I got this hat when we went to the fall training. I know you can barely see it. I probably turned a light on, I guess. Pretty cool hat. I actually kind of like it. Um, that like I was saying in the beginning, breakfast burritos, croissant sandwiches, double cheeseburgers. They're cooking all this outside, right? Um, they had a taco truck. The counters are loaded inside the break room. It's just, I mean, we're talking loaded with fruits, all kinds of fruits, grapes, apples, oranges, bananas. Um, they got all kinds of candy. They had all kinds of pastries. Um, just a bunch of stuff. Um, I got that at both Hermiston, DC, and Red Bluff. And then I was looking on the Walmart groups, private groups for the drivers, and some of the DCs didn't look that good. So I don't know what was up with that, but some of the guys had talked about some stuff they had. It was pretty cool. So they treat us really good. Hey, there he is. What's up, Rich? Howdy. Long time no here. I know you've been busy. Anyway, Papa Papa Puggy? Small writing. Hi. So yeah, anyway, this was going to be a quick little live here. I wasn't going to stay on too long. I Tomorrow's my Friday, and I'm going to get up nice and early so I can go home early. I need to change my name as of yesterday. You do? Oh, is that right? So, did you make the announcement, or you're not in transition, are you? I'm kidding. I know what you're talking about. Why are you changing your name, Rich? uh, so, is it official? I mean, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. What's going on? Anyway, yeah, yeah. So getting up early is important to me because the earlier you go home, the better. Because I'd rather spend more time at home, even though I love working at Walmart. I love my wife and family much more, so they win. Work for YRCW, OOB. What's YRCW? Um, let's see here, Rochelle. Quit it. You're funny, Rich. You're funny. Um, all right then. Yeah, I appreciate you guys getting on here. So that's my rant about everything I ranted about. Driver Appreciation Week, co-pilot. The world is crazy. Oh, I didn't talk about the world being crazy. You know what? I'm not gonna, because all you guys have probably heard nothing but all this sadness and all this garbage that's been going around with crazy people and killings and everything else. So I'm not even gonna talk about it. We've all had enough, and I'm kind of wore out on it. So I'll spare you that. And with that, I will just say good evening. Catch you guys later.